What are you talking about?
Yo, guys, how's it going? Got the Yeti microphone today. I hope that it sounds more effective. It should sound more effective. What's up, guys? I'm in the live stream. This is my favorite computer to do a live stream on. And today we're going to be talking about the top 4 worst NFL teams. I'm basically doing this list just about every day. And I know that yesterday I came across, and yeah, I just popped on the breaking news Sam Beal live stream. It wasn't incredibly researched. Tell you the truth, whenever I do live streams, sometimes it's spontaneous because I'd rather get the reps up than not get the reps up at all. So you can find a lot of well-researched shows. This is kind of a show that's a YouTube channel. It's very authentic. It's completely me. It's completely what I think. So, yeah. Hey, Jabari, how are you, man? I don't know what, maybe your old YouTube channel happened, something happened, but dude, like one of these days, man, maybe someday we can have a meetup for the Niners or something, or a meetup of you guys that have supported the channel. And imagine if this channel gets big. I owe you guys just about everything, but I'm glad everything's going well, Jabari. We could talk Niners football. I don't know where the Niners have their training camp, but it'd be really exciting to record training camp. I'm personally excited, like living in the Northeast. I'm close to Ravens training camp, but the Ravens have sold out. Pretty close to the Eagles. They have a couple of days that are in the stadium. I wish that they'd allow fan access for all the training camps in the NFL. That's what I hope one day would happen, is allowing all training camp access for the NFL. But I might try to get a really nice camera, and I might try to get like a microphone, and I might sit away from people on the bleachers, and I might just try to do that. So anyway, oh boy, let's do it. Top 4 worst teams in football right now. Top 4 worst teams in the NFL. Gosh, let's see the list. I already had an idea for what I wanted. So unfortunately, so this unveiling basically here. So I'm going to pick here for the worst team in the NFL this year. I'm going to pick the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins will be the worst team in the NFL. Adam Gase, I don't trust Adam Gase at all. I don't think he makes it out of this year. They hired Dowell Loggins to be an offensive coordinator. Dowell Loggins is a terrible, terrible offensive coordinator. He was awful with the Bears. There's no passing concepts. It's all play action pass. It's terrible. It's terrible offensive football. The Dolphins will suck this year. Nobody really cares about the Dolphins but a few Miami fans. So the Miami Dolphins, I have them being the worst team in the NFL, and I've never believed in Tannehill, and he's going to get the Joe Flacco treatment. Joe Flacco, everybody gave him a free pass because he played in Baltimore, and nobody watched or cared about the Baltimore Ravens for years. The same thing goes with the Dolphins and Ryan Tannehill. If Tannehill played in the New York market, he'd get murdered. But he plays in Miami where people would rather be out fishing and people leave games early. So, yeah, that's funny. Do you really see them getting hype on the NFL Network? Because Adam Gase is he's just a negative person. Players don't like playing for him. They gave away all their good players. Jay Ajayi didn't get along with Adam Gase. The guy's just salty, just kind of seems like a really depressed dude. And like him and Jay Cutler, it's like, how could that guy doesn't motivate anybody? And then they hired Dowell Loggins, who is really a terrible coach. So these live streams right now, they're going to be negative because these are the teams that I have not making the playoffs. So I am going from 32 down to 1 in terms of teams that are going to be competing for championships. And I think that the Miami Dolphins, you look at their defense, they did get Quinn, and Ndamukong Suh is gone. If the Dolphins somehow got a wild card or competed with the Patriots, I would be totally, totally stunned. Let's go on to number 30. The team that could be picking second in the NFL draft. It's not going to be the Cleveland Browns. It is going to be a team that I think could be 4-12 this year. The New York Jets. And the Jets fans are going to hate me even more for this. I have the New York Jets coming in at number 31. I look at Sam Darnold. He might get an opportunity. They're not going to be very good again. No offense. The league's gotten better around them. I have the Jets at number 31. I don't love their offense. I don't love Bilal Powell. I don't love their offensive line. So I'm going the Jets number 31 in terms of the worst teams. I'm going AFC East. I'm going maybe all AFC East, when we start to really dissect these teams. And I'm sure I'm missing a team, but I'm going through the teams that I think are going to be terrible. And then let's see teams that are rounding out the top 5. Well, there's so much turmoil in Buffalo, so I don't know if I'm going to select them at number 30 or not. I could select the Buffalo Bills. Any idea? I'm not picking the Cleveland Browns. It's because I won't spoil that one, Marcos, but I'll tell you, the New York Giants are going to have a much better year. And I guess I can't spoil it, but I won't spoil my opinions on the Giants. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one, Dallas. But I'm going to go with the Bills at 29, and 28 will be the Washington Redskins and Alex Smith. I think the Redskins are going to be completely terrible. So I have Buffalo. That's not going to be very good. They're going to probably be in the 3 or the 4. Their defense is very, very good. So is this a Jets guy? Listen, if you guys end up making the playoffs, I mean, the defense isn't bad. That's the one thing about the Jets. Jamal Adams is so damn good. Marcus May is really good. Tremaine Johnson was a great pickup. I love the secondary a lot. It's can the pass rush get home? Can Darren Lee continue to progress? Can the defensive line, can Leonard Williams really play as well as he had his first couple years? And it's just, will Todd Bowles survive? Which coaches are going to be getting fired? And that's why out of everybody on this list, I don't know if McDermott gets fired, but I'm confident that Jay Gruden's getting fired. I'm confident Bowles, and I'm confident Adam Gase. Then you look at other guys that can get fired. Jason Garrett has a very high likelihood of getting fired this year. Marvin Lewis, a little bit of a chance of getting fired. Heck, he almost got fired last year. So you got to look at the coaches that are really trending downward. And there's so many AFC coaches. I do expect Vance Joseph to do a little bit better this year. Will Anthony Lynn completely lose the team? Because he's not that good of a coach either. All the worst teams in the NFL, most of them all reside in the AFC. When you look at the entire strength of the NFL, when you look at the entire strength of the league, all the coaches that are really on the chopping block, they reside in the AFC. Pigskin Pete is in the house. I got to get him on to talk soon. He goes on the Uncle Lou show all the time. He's a big Carolina Panther fan. He does incredible YouTube work with Carolina. And Marvin Lewis, I don't know if he's lucky or not because he has to deal with Pac-Man Jones. I don't get why Pac-Man Jones just keeps getting all these opportunities. I mean, I know that security guard was beyond an imbecile, but I mean, Pac-Man Jones, it's just almost a joke what's going on with Pac-Man Jones and just how he gets time after time, so many chances. Andy Dalton, Cincinnati just takes no chances at all. And they're just not an exciting team to watch. The whole AFC North, Baltimore wasn't exciting. The Browns are actually very exciting. I'm really excited for Hard Knocks, and the Browns roster's fun. Baker Mayfield thinks their roster's great, and everybody, Tyrod Taylor must have the best PR guy in the world because everybody just thinks that Tyrod Taylor is the best thing, than sliced bread. They're like, oh, well, Baker Mayfield's going to have trouble for years beating out Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor is nothing more than mediocre. Yeah, Marvin Lewis makes Jim Caldwell look animated. That's the damn truth. Marvin Lewis, he won that one game. Marvin Lewis, I don't know what he has on the owners of the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay. So I don't really know. Yeah, Marcos, that's a good point. He brought up how the Eagles almost had Ben McAdoo. It just shows you, that Ben was highly coveted, and Doug Peterson. I mean, Doug Peterson's one of the best young coaches in our game right now. That's certainly for sure. And it really, the New York Giants, though, their ownership, I mean, they've really taken a dip, the owners, because, they let the whole McAdoo thing happen. They let the Eli Manning benching happen. And that really bothered me. and it bothered so many Giants fans. Shu, how is Dragon Bender doing so far?
He's had at least one nice bucket.
3?
At least 2 points.
Is Cooley playing? Okay.
No Cooley.
Road Cup. When is Hard Knocks, you think? First week? Yeah. And then Last Chance U's coming back pretty soon. So some other pretty cool stuff. So I got about 5 more minutes left tonight. A little station identification. Going to be headed over to Matt Shanko's. What? Hey, I'm doing a live stream. Okay. You are? Okay. Have fun. Just played basketball today. Going to play again tonight. But thank you guys for hanging out on the live stream. I'm going to try to do at least 15 minutes each and every day. There's not a ton to talk about. If I have a guest on, that guest, it'll probably be about 20, 25 minutes. And then you know what we're going to be doing soon is it would be really cool to get call-ins. Like I know Uncle Lou has call-ins. I know some people can do call-ins. So I'm trying to get a guy to help set up the call-in network, because imagine if we can talk ball on the phone and you guys can call into the show. It would just make it like a lot more interactive, a lot more fun. But I might keep this one because a lot of people are going to see who I want to have in my top 4 worst NFL teams, because this is an NFL podcast that you guys are listening to, that you guys are watching somehow. Oh, Jake, I'm glad that you came into the live stream, man, because can you comment on my video after this is posted, Jake? Because I want to get your info because we've been meaning to do a live stream for a while. And I know that I have to go on with what's his name soon, Ronbo Sports. Yeah, thanks, man, because I definitely would come on your show. So Jake, his top 4 teams, Shu, he has the Dolphins, which I also had. He has the Redskins. The Bucks are an interesting one, but I don't think the Bucks are going to be that bad. They were one of my teams at the beginning of the year. They were one of my teams at the beginning of the year that I thought would be good. Just because Jameis is leaving, the whole thing could blow up, but I don't think it's going to blow up. The Bengals, I don't think they're going to be in the top 4 worst NFL teams, though. So I think that the Cowboys could be next on my list, but right now I'm going the 3 AFC East. I'm going Jets and Dolphins confidently, and then I'm taking the Redskins to completely tank. And a lot depends on how hard the schedule is. I'm probably going to have Oakland pretty soon on my list because Oakland's going to have trouble getting it together. Yeah, it's a huge year for Dak Prescott. I've been saying for a long time that I don't believe that Dak is very good. He had one really good season. I think Dak and Jared Goff, I think that their stock is really, really going to slip. Next episode, guys, you know what I'm going to do next episode that's going to be incredible? We're going to go through our offensive rookie and defensive players of the years. We're going to unveil the list. We're going to talk about the odds for next week, and it's going to be really, really cool because that'll give us some time to prepare, some time to preview more football, and then we're going to have actual training camp. We're going to try to get out to the road, and then I'm going to try to record some interviews and attend some training camp sessions. So you guys are the best. Jason Garrett, yeah, he's nothing. Jason Garrett's nothing. As a Giants fan, it's kind of fun having Jason Garrett. You're not scared of the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys, their fans can be annoying, but in terms of hating the Dallas Cowboys, it's not easy to do because they always get to the playoffs and they're choke artists. I had a dream last night that the Dallas Cowboys beat the Giants and the Giants didn't make the playoffs again. And it was a really tough dream that I had. I had a dream that like somehow Pat Shurmur was a bust, that the Giants should have gotten John Gruden, that I was coming on here and I was talking about how Shurmur was a bust and how the Giants should have got Gruden. But luckily I woke up from that dream. And the thing about the Dallas Cowboys is that the Dallas Cowboys, even with Romo, they've never had a defense. Their fans think that they're on the precipice of greatness all the time. They never put together a roster. I mean, they do put together an offensive line. Their quarterback play is okay, but their defense, it's Marinelli every year. They don't shake anything up but the coordinators. It's always Linehan. It's always Marinelli. And I heard Derek Dooley was doing a crappy job with the wide receivers. Cole Beasley said that Derek Dooley didn't teach them anything in terms of the wide receivers. So look at what the Eagles did. The Eagles took a couple of shitty years, but they had Doug Peterson and Andy Reid. That's teams that could get deep into the playoffs. And you see with Doug Peterson, he plays to win games. If Doug Peterson was the Jaguars coach, there's a good chance Jacksonville would be playing for a Super Bowl. It's because Doug Peterson took the necessary chances to win in this league. It's because Sean McVay takes chances. You talk to Bills fans, they were scared about hiring Sean McVay as their head coach. They were scared about hiring Young. Nice little water break there, huh, Shu?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm going to log off now. Yesterday's stream wasn't that well researched. Today, maybe it was a little bit better researched. So, yeah. If you don't like the researched one, go ahead and listen to other podcasts or researchers or whatever. I'm going to end the stream right now. Thanks, guys, for chilling. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you.
You gotta have more confidence in yourself.
What?
You keep talking about all the stuff you